Now we're going live right now. My bib is clean. It all sticks right to me. Hello, everybody. Let's see. We're looking right down there at the desk. Let's get some facial on. What mic am I using? Oh, the right one. There's the right mic. And we got to get the right camera. Hey, oh, it always does that. It flips right back. All right, here we go. Got everybody in the house today. We got Cindy in the house. And then we got Christina James. How you doing, Christina and Cindy? And Kev says, you can always tell when my dad schedules a live. Yeah, because there's no thumbnail. I don't care. Nobody cares either. Let's see. But Mom's good at them and likes to do them, but I just don't take the time. How are the supernatural puppies? They're doing good. I only have my puppy here at my house. The rest of the litter went to my friend's house. Woo! Got unloaded there. And there's April. And then we got Rebecca. What's up, Rebecca? I tried to call you, but no answer. You must have been busy out running calisthenics or running the marathon or fighting off the warlords. Who knows? But anyway, I can answer your question, but I don't know if I can. I haven't heard it, but I will try to answer it. Anyway, let's see. We got to do some stuff today. Been in the shop all day. Got a premiere up already. Did I put that premiere up? Did I? Oh, I know I downloaded it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I think I did put it up. I can't even remember. Oh, my goodness. Well, Crashly's on right now. We ought to join Crashly and say, what are you doing? Anyway, let's see. Let's come over here. Let me go to the YouTube studio. Make sure I put up that pen thing. Let's see. Content. Oh, yeah, I did put it up. That's good. It's already got 10 things. And where's Larry at? There's Larry. How you doing, Larry? Let's see. We got Trudy in the house. And we got, how many orders do you need to buff? At least 4 big orders, I guess they are. Yeah. Or 3 big ones and 1 little one. I mean, they're all pretty good size orders, nothing less than 4. I did this really cool pencil today. You'll see it on the live that's up there. This is for Denise. This is let me put the other camera on because it's a much better camera. Boom. Here we go. We'll even focus it in on my hand here. But this pencil has a tip, and that is the lead. I don't know how that works, but you sort of, if you had a piece of paper here, like this box of Q-tips, you would write on it like that. So it's a pencil. It doesn't have any eraser, though. I don't know where the eraser went. I have to go look for that. Probably in the bag, because there should be an eraser on top of there. But it's a pretty cool thing. I've never done one of these before. And it was a pretty nice, colorful blank. And this is pewter color. And when you replace the lead, you simply unscrew the pen from the lead. And I guess you buy more of these leads. Is that cool or what? So that's how you sharpen the pencil. You replace the lead. Very cool. Very cool pen. Pretty nifty. Larry is tired. I got to go find that. Got to go find the, probably laying over here on my desk. Got to go find the eraser on there. Or maybe it didn't come with it. I got to go look. I can't remember. Probably laying here somewhere. Anyway. Oh, no, it came in the bag. Oh, I got it right here. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Okay. Yes, they call it the Everlasting Pencil, Larry. It's a pretty nice little kit. Pretty easy to do. Pretty fun to do. It's like a regular pen, but it doesn't matter. The length of the tube could be any length that you want, longer or shorter. They give you a particular tube, and you make it that size. Oops, did the wrong one. So it comes with a tube that is so long, and you do it for that size of the tube, but you could make it shorter, or you could use a longer tube, whichever your preference was. but I thought that was pretty cool. There's no mechanism on the inside, so the length doesn't matter so much. All right, let's see who's up tonight. Oh my goodness, somebody's got a lot in that package. Oh, that's Carrie's. Yeah, she always wants a lot. She deserves it, but she wants a lot. Right now we have got Will. Will is up tonight. All right, let me come over here. Let me put my bushings away. I've been messing with pens all day. Let's see, at 6:30, I think I can take that pot out. So I did get some of these in. Check this out here. Let me go back to this other camera here. This is a Tony Street polymer clay blank. It's got a brass tube in it. It's going to be made for a pencil. And what I need to do with this, because this has like a rough surface on it, so you either have to coat it up with CA glue or you have to cast it. And I chose to take the other one and cast it so that we could have that really cool, smooth surface. But let me find the bushings here. So you notice when you get the bushings, when you put the bushings in for turning, it's a little shy of the thickness that it needs to be. So what you have to do is cast it, and then, of course, you can feel the clay bumps or whatever. When you cast it, you make it thicker, and then you cut off like a regular pen blank, and you end up with the blank that fits it. But it does come sized. It does come with the brass tube in it. So it's all ready to go. It just needs cast, which I'll show you this casting I did in a minute, and then turned. So it'll make a beautiful pen, that is for sure. That'll be an ink pen. Yeah, she does some great stuff. Great work. A lot of flowers and all that kind of stuff. Rebecca, I'm not sure what your question was, but we can answer that after the live. I was just in here prepping, farting around, and Carrie's like, hey, Rebecca needs you. I'm like, oh, okay. So I came in here, tried to dial her up, but she was busy probably doing something. And so now we got to go live. And I was even late going live. But anyway, let's see. We got to get Will's going. And Will has a, he's got one of these cool blanks. Builder, got the snowflakes in there with that swirly red, white, and green. That'll be very nice. Let's see how long he wants this puppy to be. He wants it to be 5 1/4 inches long, and Builder blanks are normally always 6 inches long. Oh, here's some other blanks I got from Tony. This one is a leopard blank. So it's got like little leopard spots all over it kind of thing. So I got to make that into a pen. That one is thick enough that you can actually just turn down. So that's pretty cool there. It's a form you're filling out. Cool. Well, you're the attorney. I should be calling you for advice. Okay, here we go. Let me figure out which end we're going to cut off here. We've got to make it a little shorter. Got my ruler. Sorry that I've got my back to you. All right, I got it marked. Let me go to the bandsaw and cut it off. Yeah, Kev, you'll be busy a little bit tonight as you buff all those up and get them all polished for the shipping. And Mom, man, she packs them fast. She is a fast packer. Let me change my drill bit. But anyway, been in the shop, probably since about 7:30 this morning. I did sleep in all the way till 7:30. That was very nice. I got about a solid 7.5 hours of sleep, which I rarely get that much. Don't normally need that much, but felt good. Felt good. Okay, there we go. Got that going there. I got to let Carrie know to let Will know we're turning his. He may not be working right now and want to tune in. Let's see. So his is going to be a 0.48. Oh, very small and rounded ends. I got to remember that. Rounded ends. You let Will know we're turning his baby? No, not yet. She did not. She's going to, though. All right, I got to change the camera here in just a second. Got to get my wet diaper put away and get my dry diaper out. You don't realize how much water you're squirting out onto this thing all day long until you have to take it up. And the wet diaper is very heavy. Okay. Do they send an extra pencil tip? No, they do not. Just comes with one. And I guess if you want more, you got to buy them from Turner's Warehouse or wherever else they happen to send them or sell them. Larry was. Because if you'll notice, babe, I was showing him the everlasting camera or everlasting pencil. And when you change the lead, you actually unscrew this.
Right.
That's how you change it.
Oh.
So you got to buy new leads.
Same thing for pens.
Yeah, you'd have to buy a pen insert. But everybody knows. I mean, you can do the same thing with pencils too. You could have that kind of pencil stuff that goes inside. Okay. All right, there's Will. All right, let me get set back up over here. I got to get you guys up on the pad here. Sunday evening fun. Here we go. All right. Blower is on. I got to remember, rounded. Because I always knee jerk right to a baseball bat end. Man, Denise must be busy. I haven't seen her on the live for yesterday or today so far anyway. She could be lurking too. Working in the gun shop. Taking care of the customers. Now we start diving in. Hope everybody's weather's doing pretty good. It's been gorgeous here today. I think it got to the high of 66 or 67. Absolutely wonderful. I haven't seen Joe yet. Oh, Joe must be busy. Hope Joe's okay. Of course, I posted the live late. I think what I need to do when the weekend starts is just post all the lives at one time and be done with it. Must have a hot date. Yep, most likely. All right, let's see what we're getting down to here. 0.55. A little bit further to go. Because 0.48 is down in that Joe range. Of course, she might be at 0.46. Cocoon Blanks was live today on Facebook. I was watching them pour some blanks. Man, those guys have got the process down, the colors down. Woo! That looks so good. 0.51. Getting closer. Hey, Will, there he is. We got your pen up front and center here. Just started on it. How goes the business out there in the retail world? Hope you're doing well. I would say Rebecca's probably filling in for Joe. She's our other mod. And I missed Rebecca's live this morning. I was busy turning, and all of a sudden it was 1 o'clock. I'm like, oh, crap. I even saw the announcement when I was on YouTube. It's like, Rebecca Crafting Crime Daily coming up at 11. I'm like, okay, I'll remember. Then I forgot. It is going good. Yeah, the economy is starting to tick up a little bit. People are spending a little bit of money. I've noticed that in the airports, man. They are packed. I was in and out of LAX this past week, and I'm telling you, man, woo! Oh, dang it. No lack of people there, I'll tell you. Temps haven't been too bad there in Colorado. Yeah. Sleeping in your camper? Are you practicing for summer already? Can't wait to get out to the light campfire, huh? Let me take this up just a hair. There we go. I can tell this end here is the one where all the glitter went to when the gravity took over. It's a little bit like potato chips on this end. It smooths up really nice with the finishing and the sandpaper, but boy, you can feel the little bits of plastic in there. It is some nice camping weather, I'll tell you. I mean, the low of the nights in the low 50s, and the evenings or the daytimes in the 60s. That is perfect camping weather, sitting by the campfire and roasting some weenies and doing some s'mores afterward. You know, you can only eat really one hot dog and one s'more, but we pack out like we're going to do 50 of them. And we wax romantically about it because, you know, it's fun, but it's over too quickly. Now we'll just whittle this down nice and easy here. This one likes to chatter here today. All right, we'll get this thing squared away, and then we're going to see what lies on the inside. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh, still too fat down there. We're sitting about 0.56. April says, I've been rearranging furniture and my bed and couch been covered with stuff. Sleeping in the camper's been easier. No doubt about it. And you know what, April? At least you got the option, right? At least you got the camper to go to, not have to rework all that stuff on the bed and furniture. I got you there. It's a good option. So when does your step stool or your stepping thing on for your truck get installed? Or was that the present? He already got it installed for you. All right, let's see what lies in the middle of this blank. Let's get it wet here so we can see what's on the inside. What's up, Bear? Nothing's up, she says. That's good. Means I'm not in trouble anymore. Whew, that was scary. All right, so what we got here, we got a little bit of a swirl deep down inside there. Got a little bit right there. A lot on the side here, but we're going to lose a couple of snowflakes, I think. You know, we might have to accent this right in the middle with a little bit of a, maybe we'll do two. We'll do a double pane window on this one. Let me just draw this out here and see what it looks like. First we do is find the center. 5 1/4. There's the center. If we come one inch either side. Oh, I think that'll highlight that one really nicely. Oh, yeah. I'm going to come out just a little bit more than an inch. That'll make that look killer. We'll come out to 1 1/8 inches on either direction. I think this marker's wearing out. Got no more juice in it. See if this one draws better. Oh, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Like I'm Disney, painting on the canvas. All right, here we go. Be like 2 windows into Winter Wonderland. Oh, we got a lot of chatting going on there. Let's see. I had a friend ask me yesterday what would be a good pen kit. I told him the Big Ben Twist or the Click, and told him the EDC pen kits. I got to tell you, I love the Big Ben EDC. I think you're on the money there. That EDC Click, I put one of those together. I got 4 or 5 more. As soon as I get them in, I'm just going to make a bunch of pens and sell them because they were cool. It arrived Monday, and my son will install it this weekend. Fabulous. Fabulous. Is it a step stool for both sides of the truck, or just the passenger, or the driver only? Which one do you get in, I guess, is the question, right? I do like running boards. I mean, I'm 5'10", so I'm not a giant guy. But man, on my old Ford truck, boy, I really had to pull myself up into that sucker. It didn't have running boards. And for carry, I had a little stepping stool from Walmart, little folder. In fact, I have it right here at my feet. I use it here. And she could just jump right up into that truck. Sadly, it was a 6.9 liter, and I didn't know that when I bought it, and they seem to have problems with their timing. And it was a wonderful truck. 2005 Ford F-150. Had that double cab, whatever they call that, you know, with the 4 doors and 4 full doors. That truck rode like a dream, I'm telling you. Man alive, that was a nice truck. It's a something, and it has one for each side. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. Love some accessories, right? I'll just put my mic into the bucket. Okay, let me refill my water here. I'll probably get us through the night. This is a pretty simple turn, but it should highlight the inside of the blank real nice. It's a bar step, and have one for each side. Oh, I couldn't see the word bar step. That's cool. Gotta love a good accessory, I'm telling you. I know I do. You know, I'm sitting there looking at this right now, and I think this one needs to be a little bit flatter, like this one. I don't want it to look like a ball. I want it to look like a window. So let me take that off of there. Okay, blower back on. All right, now this one here matches that one much better. And we want that sort of flat part on top so that the light isn't bent too much right there. It always bends on the curves. So if it's too round, the light will bend round. It's just like yours, April, when we did that stitch and we put the constraints in those little areas, that light really bends through there and makes a really cool effect. But you wouldn't want to have that bending right on top of stitch. So in pens or blanks that are clear, sometimes you really want to screw with the light, and other times you want that light just to be flat and go through nicely. This gets all the big scratches out. My truck is a 2014 Dodge Ram 1500 quad cab. Oh, yes. Love the quad cabs of any make. I'm not a Ford, Chevy, or Dodge guy. I'm just a whatever cool truck I got kind of guy. My current truck is a 2003 Mercedes ML350. More like an SUV, but it's got sort of a truck chassis underneath it. Super heavy duty. And that's my work truck. It was a luxury car 20-something years ago, but now it's just my work truck. And you've been using that pen today. Oh, it came out so cool. I'm glad we showed that yesterday on the live. That one just really came in. Everybody can go look for April in the group. She posted at least recently, and that little thing came out really cool. All right, that looks good right there. Larry says, Tim, just curious, how much would sell the EDC Click or the Ben Click pens for? How much would I sell them for? Or how much should you sell them for? Let me know what direction I'm taking that there, and I'll let you know. That's it, Larry. Let's see. We did thing backwards. We bought the camper first, then the truck. That's okay. Camper is more important. You can find a truck anywhere. And of course, you can always replace the truck, right? No big deal. Just another truck with a hitch on it. I more go for what the truck looks like currently, you know, what the interior looks like. And Ford for a while really had a great interior. I didn't really like the Chevy interiors so much in the last 15 years. But I think Ford and Dodge, whatever flavor of Dodge you're getting, had great interiors, really, really good design. Chevys just remind me just very clunky and square and all that kind of stuff. Yes, me. So here, now, Larry, it's a couple of ways to look at that. If somebody says, hey, I would like 20 EDC Click pens for my company, well, then I've got what's called an economy of scale, which means the labor is reduced because I don't have to break out all the tools for that particular thing 20 times over a year. I pull it out once and I do it. So normally my charge is $85 plus the pen, plus the kit, plus the blank. But if somebody says, I want, 20 of them, I'd be like, oh, okay, we're going to reduce that 85 way down because I'll be doing them all at the same time and all the same motion is there. And you really get an economy of scale saving on labor and stuff. So it would be cheaper each. And I'm probably a little bit high for the average bear, but I did the computation, and that's what it cost me in the shop to do that. But like I said, if somebody ordered 100 of them, I'd be like, oh, okay, we're going to reduce the price on that per each because the labor is really reduced. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Got busy helping your daughter pack her car to leave for a pet sitting job. No worries. It's important. No worries. And we're just doing the same thing here, just chatting around and all that kind of good stuff. There's a special event we go to in August that we camp at, but my brother-in-law hauls my camper up there for me because we have to go over the Red Mountain Pass. It's the deadliest highway in Colorado. I've heard about that one. I have heard about that one. I don't remember where it was, but I saw it on a TV show one time. Must be steep or something, huh? Things get out of control going down the other side, maybe. Ooh, this thing's feeling smooth. Love it when it gets to that point. The most important parts of the whole pen for your feeling day in and day out are these finger grips right here and here. So they really need to be perfectly smooth. If the end out here was not perfectly smooth, it would be no big deal because your fingers never go there and visually you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But in this area right here, this has got to be smooth. The rest of it just needs to be nicely smooth so you can see through it. All right, that feels good there. All right, that was the green. That was the number 2 in there. I've got colors on the back of the sandpaper when I cut it up so I know what size I've got. I imagine Mom's going to be on her way to get Kevin pretty soon. I filled up her car and put some windshield washer fluid in. You all right? Oh, something fell. All the paper towels fell. You made it fall? Cool. Well, at least we didn't have an earthquake. I got a paper towel right here if you need one. Okay. Probably needed it for the kitchen or something. Let's see. Hi, Joe. 12 watching, 4 likes. Just saying. I still get car sick driving over it. Just super steep. Is that what it is, April? Oh, that's nice and smooth on the end there now. Ooh, it's feeling good. I like it. Will, how's Pennsylvania treating you right now? I watched this show out of Zelienople, Pennsylvania, which is probably 30, 40 minutes north of Pittsburgh. And every time I watch that show, I think of Will, because Will's in Pennsylvania, and he's probably just an hour or 2 east of where that guy is. And I think, I wonder how Will's doing out there and whatever weather that guy happens to be having. And of course, I see his weather 2 or 3 days later. So, it's all backwards. Cold, he says. Yeah. Luckily, we got some little heat down here. So now it's super important because this end is clear to get it super, super sanded correctly and finished so that it's super, super clear. It's got a snowflake right there on the end. Narrow and no rail guards. Quite a drop off the edge. Yeah, that ain't no fun. So 1 EDC clicker Big Ben, $40 a piece. I sell. I had something else going on. No, so whatever the cost of the kit is, and sometimes that's the kit plus a buck or two for shipping and handling and all that kind of stuff they charge you. And $85, which is my turning, assembly, drilling, gluing, sizing, construction assembly fee. And then the cost of the blank. That's what I would charge. So if a blank were $10 and a kit were $10, it'd be $105 out the door at my shop. Now, if you ordered 50 of them, then we're going to get a different kind of breakdown. We're going to give you a discount on all the turning and assembly because, again, I have the economy of scale and can do things in a better, efficient manner. Doing one pen, the ink pens, fountain pens, all that kind of stuff gets expensive per each because you're breaking out all the tools one time for that particular pen. If somebody says, I need 30 fountain pens, well, they wouldn't be the regular full price. I'd have a lot of labor savings, so I can make them a deal on that. It's what I do day in and day out, figuring out efficiencies and costs and what everything takes to get rolling. Like right now, I'm working on a deal with Costco to do a particular project, and I'm the guy that sits back and tries to figure out all the variables that there are and all the things we have to take into consideration to make sure we don't lose money on the deal. And to define that very clearly, so if there's something they want beyond that, we do it with a change order, and they get to pay more because they'll agree to the initial contract. Carrie has departed the building on to get Kevin. What a gorgeous day it was out. Oh my goodness, so pretty. So pretty. I think it's getting dark out now. Yes, sir. And again, there are guys that, you'll see them sell a EDC click or whatever at a show for $60 or something like that. And that's cool because they might have made 30 of them at one time. So they really save a lot of labor. But I also have, used AI to help me design a process of finishing them, because I never want to use CA glue as a finish because I can't trust what CA glue is going to do out there in the world. Although it makes the pen look great real quickly, I don't know what's going to happen to it when it leaves my shop. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to buff this up a little bit because this looks really awesome on the inside. Okay, let me buff this real quickly. Just the center part, just so we can see it. And it's not going to be the great buff Kevin's going to do, but it'll be a buff enough for us to check out the interior, get my dirty fingerprints all off. Essentially is what I'm doing. All right, that's enough. Kevin will do a better job later. All right. Hey, Kayleen, how you doing? Everybody say hi to Kayleen. All right. Let me get it in here and get it focused. Here we go. All right. So there's the end where your finger would go. You can see all the stuff I didn't buff off. See the snowflakes in there. Here's one of the windows here. And you'll see why I put that window there. Look at that three-dimensionality. You can see right into that. That is so cool. Snowflakes amongst all the swirls. Here's the second window. Look at that swirl of green and white in there. What's terrifying, Joe? Oh, she sent pictures of the highway. Got it. I missed that part. Now, see this end here? I didn't buff it, so it looks a little cloudy, but it'll be super, super clear when Kevin's all done with it. So that's what the inside, it looks like there's action on the inside of this blank, even though it's completely stiff. Bill does a great job. He really does a great job with those. Yeah, I got that. I had to look above and see what they were talking about. We're surviving. My husband has been in and out of the hospital for 2 weeks now. Oh, my goodness. I hope he's getting better and surviving the hospital. Sometimes that could be the toughest part. But we hope that whatever is the deal, and we're not asking for all the details unless you want to share them freely, but we hope that all goes well and he heals well and he's back home again in a healthy manner. All right, Will, there is your pen. 5 1/4 inches long, rounded down to a 0.48 finger hold. Beautiful. All right, let's see who's up next on the hit parade. New customer, and this person's name is Sarah. Oh, we got a couple along the shore blanks. Ooh, these are cool. Dang, let me show you these here. Okay, we want them to be 5 1/4. How long are these here? Okay, these are essentially, they're about 5 3/8. So they're a little bit longer than 5 1/4. So we'll trim the ends up on the lathe while we're doing them. Yeah, that's cool. Check these out. Let's see. Let me get rid of the diaper here. That diaper's looking ugly already. This one's got a honey pot, little bee there, a big bee in the middle, another honey pot there, a couple of flowers, sort of looks like a daisy, another little honeybee up there. This one's got a we got to go look at these in the microscope. That's just not doing it justice up there. Sepsis. Oh my goodness, that is a rough one. Yeah, he needs a lot of looking over for that one. That's like one of the worst things you could have there in the hospital. Yeah, I hope he's getting better. Hope they're doing him well. Can be tilted on its side a little bit. There's little flowers, and you can see on the side that these have some thickness to them. There's a little shiny thing in the middle. That looks pretty cool with some pearls around it. Very nice. Little butterfly. Look at that, how delicate that butterfly is. Wow. Another flower there. That flower's got shape to it too, you can see. Man, little jewels in there. What kind of flower is that with those little polka dots? Is that like a hyacinth or an orchid or something like that? That looks pretty cool. Or maybe an iris. And here's the honey pot one. There's a little bee with a little flower there gathering there, making the honey. A little bit of Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh there. Cute little flower in the middle, little tiny butterfly glitter. This girl's got some artistry skills, I'm telling you. Big bee in the middle, and sort of repeating down at this end here. And again, those little honey things, they got thickness to them. Can't see through that side very well. Yeah, see that there? That's got thickness to it. This will be cool. You have another blank from Rapture Resins to return. Beautiful. We love Rapture Resins. Did another couple of them today for Denise. They look really cool. Yeah, that butterfly is delicate, Joe. Really cute. These are going to be simple turns, but we got to really make it matter. Okay, so now when I drill these here, let's see what the finger hold has to be. The finger hold is a 0.54. That's beautiful because that gives us a lot of room to work with. And I need to drill these so that the thickest part of those things are in the middle of the blank. So that's not drilling directly in the center of the blank. It's looking at the blank and trying to figure out exactly where I need to be to make them go in the middle. All right, that one's done. Perfect. Well, we'll see how perfect later, right? See how we do. This one here. Yeah, Joe, that little butterfly was very delicate and cute. All right, that one looks pretty good there. Haven't changed the camera yet because I wanted to show you where I'm drilling these and the considerations we take. So let's see. Let me grit this up a little bit. So you can see where the center of the color is, and I'm drilling just above the center of that color, or where the center and the clear meet together. And I have to do that so that the thickest part of that is now in the center of that blank. Same thing with this one here. You can see it's just a little bit above where the white is on either end. And that will put me right where I need to be. And we'll keep the thickest part of those blanks in the center. Pansy flowers have a lot of colors. Oh, that could be it. That could be it. Yeah. Okay, let me switch the camera over here. Let's see, back to here. Boom, here we go. I got to get some bushings in these blanks. I was showing you the holes, and the holes are where the bushings are going to go. And that tapping you hear is me throwing the blank against the table with the bushing in it so I can push the bushing all the way in. Okay, first thing we got to do here is make them round. So here we go. Full speed ahead. Okay, we're not perfectly round, but we're just about there. Yeah, you got a little bit of a facing on there to go to yet. All right, we're good enough right there. We can play with the rest. Looks like it snowed here. All right, let's slow it down here. All right, these are going to be, let's see, baseball bat, 0.54. So that's the first thing we have to accomplish. Because more than anything else, you got to be able to use the pen. See how far we're getting down now. 0.56. We're almost there on this end. All right, that's a nice little tidy end there. Got that cute little pink flower there to play with. Got up around this little daisy here, or sunflower. You think that's a Johnny jump up or a cornflower? Not sure what that is, that yellow one there. Very cute. All right, let's get down to the other end here. Make us a finger grip so we can hold the pen. Carrie and I were relaxing last night watching a little bit of those Olympics that are going on. And the two things that, it was just a YouTube video. The two things we were watching was speed skating, which is always intense. Those girls and guys were moving at 35, 36 miles an hour. It's amazing. And the other thing was curling. Now, I don't understand what the heck is so attractive about curling, but I love it. Okay, we're still a little about a 0.55 on this end here. Very nice. We'll trim that in. But the Swedes, and it was either the Americans or the Brits, I can't remember who it was arguing about something in curling where somebody touched the rock or something like that when they shouldn't have. I didn't completely understand it, but the judges didn't say anything, and somebody was mad at somebody else for doing something, and I didn't get it. But that curling is so cool. That might be my favorite Olympic sport right now. All right, we're down there right where we should be. Beautiful. And over here, perfect. All right, now, let me turn this blower off. Let me think here. Let's see, pansy flag. I love to go. I love them too, Trudy, and they're supposed to attract wealth. I'm all for that. Tim, have you used any of the pen blanks that have the laser cut with different pieces? I have not used those yet. They look cool. Just don't have the time right now, Larry, but yeah, they're in my future. And there's some website out there, you probably know where it is, where they've got hundreds and hundreds of laser cut kits. They're pretty cool. Very, very cool. All right, so now we have got, now is that butterfly directly in the middle? Let's see. See, these along the shore blanks, they take a little bit more thought in there. So there's one there. So we're at a little over 5 1/4. So that would be about right there. So that butterfly is pretty much in the middle. So we want to dig here and here to highlight it. Come over just a hair here. We don't want to go too deep though, because we've got, of course, we got lots of room above them, so we're good there. These flowers get a little thick right here. These yellow ones are pretty cool. I think this is just going to be a very simple design, because now I want to come down here between that heart and that yellow flower there. And that happens to be at the 1 1/8 inch point. So if I come down here, I'm actually cutting right through that flower. So that would be silly, wouldn't it? I hate to make it asymmetric because my brain just can't stand that, but there's not a good separation down here. We may just have to make 2 digs here, or I'm going to have this funky long dig right in here, and then a weird dig there. If I come up with it here, it's going to be a short dig, because I don't want to cut into this flower right here, and that one's right there. So this one is right at the 3/4 one. This one is like 1 1/4 over here, this other flower. All right, so let's do these 2 digs right here first. So we will draw all the way around, because nobody buys these because I can turn them really cool. They buy them because they want to see all the cool little doodads in them. Just like that stitch we did for April. Came out perfect because I didn't get in the way of all the doodads that are in there. So let's do this one first, and then we'll see how that shapes up, and then we'll try the rest. Turn the blower on. It's either a cone flower or a Johnny Jump Up, or that might be more like a day, or what's that little flowers that come up in the spring? Daffodils. Yeah, might be more like that one. I think it would need a larger center to be a sunflower, right? They got big middles with little yellow flowers around the sides. And this sunflower on this end is very close to the center. Closer than I want it to be, but hey, we're just dealing with what we got, right? It's almost like a modified jewel turn. All right, so that one's good there. Dang, they're just not in the right spot. And of course, I got a pink one down here with that other kind of flower with all the dots on it over there. You know, that actually looks pretty cool. It looks like we highlighted the center there. We haven't cut into anything in the middle yet, so we're doing good. I might just flare these out a little bit and really accentuate that. Not a lot of choices on this one here except to leave it alone, right? Let me take a little bit of the finger grip off here and smooth that up. I think this will turn out to be the bomb. Thank you, Trudy. Sometimes I'm like, are people paying me to turn stuff or to accent it? Just like, oh my goodness, I feel like I should do more. And I'm not begging for sympathy. It's just, you know, deep down you want to give somebody something. All right, we should have all the flat spots gone now. That'll sand out right there. I think that is perfect. I got to slant this one just a little bit more right there. There we go. That sort of matches the other side. That's pretty cool. Let's see how it goes. These are actually pretty fun because they're quite the challenge. I know before we went live, before I did April's, I looked at it for like 10 minutes going, man, this is Stitch. And April loves Stitch. I can't screw this up. Yeah. Don't want to screw it up. Now we're going to shine the jewel here. So this is sort of a modified jewel. Instead of having those little flares, it's going to have like a setting. You know, Larry, you just got to start and figure it out. That's all. Tim, have you used pen blanks? Let's see. That's awesome, Joe. Never heard of that. I was just curious. Yeah, Larry. Yeah, it's okay, man. Curiosity. I'm very curious. Believe me, I want to do everything before I leave the earth. And I don't think there's going to be enough time. Heck, Larry, 3 years ago, I wouldn't even have tried this thing here. I wouldn't even know what I was doing. Believe me, if you saw some of our first pens, I have to get Carrie to show them on a live one night when she does Carrie talking. We look at that and I go, oh my goodness, that was so horrible, I thought, compared to now. Yet people wanted them. They love the colors. And I'm going, so it's really not how you turn it. It's the colors that are in it that people want. And that's getting nice and smooth. So we're just having some fun. This might turn out pretty cool. Little highlight there in the middle. You know, Larry, this is like being a welder. You can either be a really good welder or you can be a really good grinder. And on pen making, you got to be a little bit of both. A little bit of a turner and a lot of a finisher. Getting smooth. Feels good. Have I done pointy baseball at bat ends with vases in the middle? Yes. But I think most of those, April, were probably on a 6-inch blank. But you could still do it. You just have a little bit less of a finger ramp from the pointy baseball end because you lose about 3/8 of an inch of either end when you're doing the pointy baseball bat. But it can be done. We've done it. Ask Joe. We've done it all. He's vibrating funny now. That's weird. Okay, there we go. I don't know why I did that. Started wobbling a little bit. And even if we have an April, we'll always try everything once. This thing is really wobbling all of a sudden. It's like wheel balancing. Just got to get it straight. Okay. Much better. Every pen that goes on a lathe, this is why you really can't put a pen back on the lathe to reshape it unless it's a very fat pen, is because this is under tension and that blank bends a little bit, even ever so slightly. Like you probably couldn't even hardly measure it with any tools I've got, but it does bend. and it's under tension, and then it doesn't bend when you release the tension. So if you were to put it back on a lathe, this is why a lot of turners will not turn another pen that's been already turned, because it does funny things when it gets back on the lathe. Oh, it looks great. I mean, it's just a different end, that's all. The baseball bat ends do give you more room to have a little bit longer vases, but you could just have a little shorter vases. Yeah, you can sort of see this one wobble on the screen. It looks like it's a little out of focus, even though it's very much in focus. Wonder why that's wobbling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill this out just a little deeper on this end. It might be getting a little bit misaligned on there or something. All right, let's see how that works. Get rid of that wobble. Much better. Yeah, I was getting a little loose on that end there and causing it to wobble. This is much smoother now. Very nice. The first pen you made yourself was a fly fishing twist. Oh, I've never even heard of that one. A fly fishing pen that's a twist pen. That's cool. Hey, Ann, how you doing? Saw you sneak in there. You know, it's funny, Larry. I think finishing is almost the most important part. It makes it comfortable, makes it look good, all that good stuff. And I never use CA glue as a finish. It's a quick way to get a shine, but again, once it leaves my shop, I can't control the humidity and the heat everywhere it goes, and that is where a CA finish pen will fail. Sometimes they will never fail, so I'm not saying they always do, but if it was going to fail, that's what it caused it. Or if you drop it and it hits a sharp edge and it gets a little chip in it and the humidity gets underneath that edge, then it could start peeling up from there too. So yeah, that's why I don't use CA glue. I just can't guarantee what it's going to do, how it's going to play. So that's why I developed a finishing technique that has me not use that yet still have a very shiny, grippable pen. I'm no Mr. Wizard. I just took a while to figure it out. That's all. You can sort of see that flower right in the middle there. And you know, Larry, wood pens, I sand them to about 600 because any more doesn't do a wood pen any good. And then I use beeswax and vegetable oil mix. You can find them all over the internet and Amazon, all that stuff. Yeah, that would be cool, Larry, using a Dremel tool to carve it and stuff. I'm not sure I have those kind of skills to do that kind of thing. All right, this one should be done. Oh, it was a butterfly in the middle. That's right. Oh yeah, that's so cool. Okay, we're gonna buff that a little bit, and we're gonna look at it because that looks really cool in the middle. I'm glad you told me to stop, Trudy, because that came out just right. Again, I'm going to do a light buff on it. Kevin will do a much better job on it. He'll dedicate more time to it. We just want to be able to see inside, that's all, at this point. All right, let's go over to the digital scope. I'm with you, Larry, 100%, buddy. Look at that little butterfly. Look how delicate that is. Is that too cool? What a cute little butterfly sitting above that. I don't know how she did that. That's pretty cool. It sits above that flower. I didn't even see the flower before. Of course, the rest of it needs more buffing, but there's our pink and our yellow flower, cone flower. Somebody look up cone flower. Here's the other end here. You can see how thick that is. Yeah, that butterfly is cool. And we didn't cut in to any of the little objects in there. Even though it's a thin grip pen, we did good. Of course, this will get clear down here when we're Kevin buffs it. But look at that little heart there. Man alive. Love that butterfly. Check it out. Dang, that is too cool. And man, we came right to the top of those wings. Look at that. That is awesome. Look at it in an angle. Let me refocus that here. There we go. Look at that. Oh, there's some plastic to that, and they got the gold on top of that plastic. Nice. That is too cool. I love it. All right, let's get to the next one here, the bees. So we had the butterflies and we got the bees. I'll change the camera in just a second. That butterfly is amazing. Thank you, Trudy. It does look cool, doesn't it? That way it would be a natural finish on the pens. Absolutely. For my wood blanks, I like to try true oil or some tung oil mixed with mineral spirits. Great. Go for it. I find beeswax and vegetable oil mix is the best so far for me. But again, I am no woodworker kind of guy that's an expert. It's just my invaluable opinion. Invaluable, unvaluable. An opinion worth what you exactly paid for it. Nothing. I think through all that violent turning, that number's still on there. Look at that. That's funny. And I do it just until that I can hear that da-da-da-da-da on the flat spot. So I keep doing it just till that is gone. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure how you make it, Larry. Look for a recipe on the interwebs out there somewhere. And you should find what proportions you would mix. I just buy a little can of it and it lasts a couple of years. In fact, the current one I'm using right now is right here, Larry. It's called Wood Butter for Cutting Boards and Kitchen Tools, made with 100% white mineral oil and beeswax. So it's food safe ingredients and all that kind of stuff. And this one's nice. When I've got wood, that's what I use. And it makes those wood blanks look incredible, moisturizes them, makes them feel good, gives them a big hug, lets them continue to be wood. That sounded a little sappy, didn't it, Larry? Yeah, us big boys can be sappy if we want. Okay, 0.57. We're going down to 0.54. That should be about where we need to be. 0.54 and a half. Beautiful. Hey, Kev. What's that? Other side. Kevin is home from work and he's beginning the buffing process. And Kevin says, hello, everybody. I'm surprised there's not a Winnie the Pooh one right in the middle of this thing. .55, almost nailed it. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I know. Everybody's saying, hey, Kevin. You don't need to send me a jar, Larry. I appreciate it, but you don't have to. You want a jar of beeswax and mineral oil? Kevin goes, I'll take a jar. I'm not sure he knew what he was asking for. Yeah, Larry, you could probably find yourself a recipe out there in the interweb somewhere. Thank you, Kevin. Might want to take your vest. Oh, you took your vest off. Good. All right, let's see what we got to play with here. So we got a B in the middle. Let's see if the B is exactly in the middle. Ah, pretty good. So there's our B. And then we got a flower here. Got a flower here. These are spaced nice. I like these. So we could do a dive right here and right here. Maybe a little bit over a little bit. We could move the center over just a hair and nobody would notice. Let me get rid of that other center there. We're gonna. This is how you erase the line on there. There we go. That line is gone. We moved it over a hair just so we could have a little better spacing. Yeah, it should be a Winnie the Pooh pen, but there's no Winnie the Pooh. But it does have a jar that says honey, Hunny. Yeah, Kevin gets that one. Let's go right out here to 7/16 on this side. It's all right. Do the other one right there to make it even so my brain won't scramble. All right, that'll give us the B highlighted. Then we can do just a small dig there. How far away from the center is that? That's right at 1 1/8. So we come over here. That'd be about perfect. Yeah. Cool. Will's done. Ready to ship. All right. So what we're going to do is a little deeper dive here and here. And then it doesn't look even, does it? Should be about right here. Get it even. Well, let's erase that other one there. We'll get rid of that one there, and we'll get rid of that one right there. That looks much better, doesn't it? Spaced nicely. All right, that is going to... I like Tigger and Eeyore. Yeah, Tigger's my favorite. Tigger is my favorite. Okay, here we go. We're not going to do as deep a dig here because we're right by all those other things. Not that we're going to hit them. I don't want to make a super deep mark. We'll do a little lighter there. A little lighter there. So we'll come just a hair deeper there. Hair deeper there. That should be nearly perfect. And a little dig right here, so it'll be a little bit less slight. Perfect. Nice. We're going to leave this center one a little flatter on top so that it plays with the light nicely. And then just for contrast, we will make these a little more rounded. We'll see how that works. We'll flatten this just a little bit more. There we go. Wanted to make like a highlighted diamond in the middle of two set rubies or something. But we don't get the colors, just sort of the shapes. All right, here we go. This should be very cute. I love the bees. Bees, the symbol of industry, which means work, not like a big industry.
If you wait until February 23rd, you can get Valentine's Day stuff 90% off.
Yeah, if anything's left, right, Kev?
Yeah, because 19th starts 50%, and then 50, then 25, and then 23rd on the first stuff.
Kevin's talking about the Walmart percentage markdown for Valentine's candy. Right now, it's 50% off. Yep, and there probably won't be much left here pretty soon at 50% off because chocolate at 50% off is still good chocolate. And then by the 23rd, it'll be 90% off because, quite frankly, there probably won't be a lot left. And whatever's left, they're just trying to get something for it and get it out of the building.
There'll be Easter, and after Easter, it'll be school supply.
That's right.
Yeah, they're buying less and less candy and all that. They're not buying a lot of Valentine's Day candy and all that. You almost spelled it Joe, right? It's E-E-Y. Got the letters.
It's all right. Well, she likes Eeyore, not Eeyore. It's a new character. I like him too. He's Eeyore with bigger eyeballs. Throw that into Google Gemini and see what we get, Larry. Kevin spells really well. Let's put it that way. That part of his brain works just fine.
That's 2 E's, just one Y.
Check out the butterfly blank, babes. It's the one sitting on the workbench there. Yeah, I agree. So, Larry, I was doing this everlasting pencil kit today, and let's see, where'd that come from? There we go. And the kit came with a brass tube that had too thick of a wall, which meant the bushings for turning it didn't fit. So I spent about 45 minutes reaming that brass tube out so I could get the bushings in so I could turn the blank. I was like, oh my goodness. And I didn't know that. But I bought a couple other everlasting pencil kits as well. And they fit just fine. And they have a much thinner walled blank or thinner walled brass tube.
Location goes, it goes Valentine's Day candy, Easter candy, school supplies, Valentine's, Halloween, then Christmas.
Got Memorial Day and Labor Day and July 4th in there too.
There goes. Even if they do.
Of course, Memorial Day is more fireworks and decorations than candy, but they do have some.
It's school supplies after.
Yes.
Stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They might do some cool stuff in that area.
Yeah. Back to school gets rolling about July, right after July 4th.
Some schools start in August.
No worries. No worries, Joe.
What?
Kevin keeps us all honest, believe me. The misspelling of Eeyore. He keeps us all honest. He's over giggling to himself. He's so proud of himself, how well he can spell. Don't worry about it, Kev.
I'm going to make sure she spells it right.
Yeah, he's got you covered, Joe. She appreciates it.
That is on my wish list, that kit.
Oh, his wish list is that kit. Thought you weren't doing Legos anymore.
No, I'm talking.
Oh, diamond painting? Oh, gotcha.
Legos, just brickheads.
Oh, gotcha.
That'd be easy to pack.
Well, I won't go buy the Eiffel Tower then. It's too big.
I wouldn't want to do that. It's too many.
It's huge.
Same color. Right?
Yeah, like the whole thing's gray.
Very
much. She says, "Thank you, Kevin." Don't worry, Joe. He keeps us all on our toes.
And tomorrow I'm finishing with Spider-Man.
It's like the speller extraordinaire.
And then Bugs Bunny's next. What's up, Doc?
You know, it's funny. If you close your eyes a little bit, this little turn right here looks like candy wrapper. Looks like this is the piece of candy, and these are the little bunchy things on the end.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of. I said sort of. You got to cross your eyes, put your tongue in one cheek, and stand on one leg. And then it looks like a candy wrapper.
A lot of people at work don't want to do the oversize because it takes too long.
Heck yeah, Joe. We're happy moving anywhere you want.
What was for dinner, Joe? I'd like to know what was for dinner. Did she say what was for dinner?
She did not say what was for dinner. But if there's chores now in the kitchen, dinner's probably over. You know, it was something awesome. Yeah, this one's very subtle turn, but I think it's going to pop pretty good. Got the honey bucket there, the honey bucket over there. Oh, I'm going to do a light buff on this. Again, not as good as Kevin does it, but just so we can see it. Kevin, like I said before, does a much better buff, polishing it up. I just want everybody to see this. This is going to come out really cool. And I'm only doing the front of it. There we go. Oh, that's so cool. How freaking cute is that? Man, that would be my next diamond painting pen right there. I know, but that would be my next one if I needed one. All right, you ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Let me get it focused here.
Dirty on that pen.
Yeah. And there's a little butterfly in there with that bee too, and little flowers in there. That flower looks edible, quite frankly. There's the honey pot.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother.
Speak.
And then there's a little bee on the red flower.
Actually came out of a
That's pretty cool.
We need a clue for that guy.
Doesn't that look like a fried egg, though? It's like some kind of dessert. That came out. That was a good choice there. I really like that one. That's pretty cute. Pretty cool. I like it. I like it.
I'm gonna buff your pens there tonight.
Oh, Kevin said he's going to buff your pens.
I'll shoot next after these.
Yeah, that one is way cute. Okay, here I am. Here's Kevin. Why do we do that when we get in front of a camera? Anyway, there's Carrie over there. Say hi, Carrie. You can come say hi. The camera's right here. You look horrible. You look delicious. Everybody tell her she looks horrible.
You do. Hair's a mess.
Nobody can see your hair.
Because I put it up.
But you got all your Disney stuff on. She's ready to go.
Yeah.
All righty. Thank you.
That's it?
That's it.
God.
Just got to show you once. It's eye candy, baby. Eye candy. All right, everybody. Have a great evening. There's Kevin again. And we shall see you soon, probably tomorrow night again. Yeah, Carrie's busy packing. She don't have time. Anyway, you guys have a good evening. Authentic Louisiana Natchitoches meat pies. I don't even know what that is, but now I got to look it up. With a baked potato on the side. Louisiana Natchitoches meat pie. Did I say that right? Natchitoches? Natchitoches? Not sure how to say that. That's cool.
Here we go. Here we go. Meat pies.
Kevin's looking it up.
Walmart.
You can get them at Walmart. Oh, that looks like it looks like a loose meat sandwich from Seinfeld. Remember that when they invented the loose meat sandwich? But it's like an empanada filled with a bunch of hamburger and vegetables, and that looks good. I could do one of those. Anyway, you guys have a good night. We'll be back again tomorrow. I only got 2 hours worth of real work in the morning, and then I've got to get out here. I got to make some trays. We got to do the leap pens.
11 grams of protein.
11 grams of protein, says Kevin. Nacotish.
Of course, Trudy would know.
Nacotish.
Nakatish.
Oh, you don't pronounce, it's not like natch, like match. It's Nacotish.
Trudy's from Louisiana. Dad.
Boy, that doesn't look like that at all. I know Trudy is. She probably knows how to say it. And so is Joe. So anyway, you guys have a good night. We'll see you soon. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Bye-bye. Watch the premieres. They're pretty cool. See you.